to know for June 27th, sponsored by University of Maryland, Baltimore. I'm Amanda. This is Alan Filer, our editor-in-chief. He is joining us for the first time today.
Yay.
You can join us here every Tuesday at 12:30 for your weekly news roundup and a discussion of current events. Please feel free to comment and ask us questions in the field below. Welcome, Alan. How are you?
Good. How are you, Amanda?
I'm great.
It's great to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. I think
exciting.
Everyone out there is going to be really happy to have you. We've been
Thank
waiting
you.
a long time for
All
this,
right.
but you're here now.
Here I am.
So are you ready to tell us what we need to know today?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Well, we're going to first start off by talking about Baltimore City Schools. There's a new door-to-door campaign in Baltimore this summer called Baltimore Schools for Baltimore Students, bringing back Baltimore one child at a time.
Mm-hmm.
City teachers are canvassing city neighborhoods for the next month to encourage parents to send their children to city public schools. In his newest blog, Michael Lesker writes, federal education funding is based on student population. Fewer students, less money. Less money, less ability to pay teachers. Fewer teachers, less learning. Thus, the endless cycle of failing public schools. That's why a combined effort by the Baltimore Teachers Union, the American Federation of Teachers, Baltimore Public Schools, the Mayor's Office, First Book, and McDonald's.
Wow. So if a teacher happens to knock on your door this summer, you probably want to consider hearing what he has to say, maybe give him some lemonade.
That's right.
And I will say,
They have a tough job.
It's hard. It's really hard. And I'm going to say right now, I'm a product of Baltimore City Public Schools.
All
and I'm
right.
very proud of it. Go Doves.
Amen. Okay. Also in the news, Jared Polis, who is a gubernatorial candidate in Colorado. Jared Polis is a millionaire and a Colorado representative, and he has announced that he is running for governor of Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
This Democrat is running on a three-pronged platform to ensure Colorado uses only renewable energy by 2040. That's a long time away. To provide free preschool and kindergarten across the state and to fight income inequality. If he wins, Polis will be the first Jewish governor of Colorado and the first openly gay governor of the state. Polis also is the first openly gay parent in Congress, and he is among the top wealthiest members of Congress.
He's got a lot going on. That's
Yes.
like a lot of records he could
a
hit
busy
with
guy.
one win.
Yes.
And I think his money comes from like online greeting card company, something along those lines. And
Could
some
be.
apps. I think there's some apps as well.
Could be.
Okay, what else?
In more LGBT-related news, since June is still Pride Month, we wanted to continue to provide some updates from around the world pertaining to the LGBT community. On Sunday, Turkish police thwarted an attempt by gay pride activists to hold a parade in Istanbul, according to The Guardian. Istanbul's governor had planned the march due to banned the march due to safety concerns and threats from far-right groups. But it is the third consecutive year that the event has been banned. Police fired rubber bullets at approximately 40 activists. The Pride Committee released a statement saying, "We are not scared. We are here. We will not change. We are here again to show that we will fight in a determined fashion for our pride."
And I think that the Istanbul did manage to hold a Pride march a few years before they started banning them, and it was like the biggest LGBT event ever in Turkey. So then it got out of, then things started happening. But yeah, so again, we're almost at the end of the month. So I hope everyone did get a chance to enjoy Pride Month. If you are just joining us, this is Jmore's Need to Know on Facebook Live, coming to you from Meadow Mill and sponsored by University of Maryland, Baltimore. Ask us whatever you like in the comments field below, and be sure to like and share. What else?
Okay. Well, here's one of the biggest stories going on in the Jewish world right now, and that's the battle at the Kotel at the Western Wall. The ongoing fight to allow non-Orthodox prayer at the Western Wall had a setback on Sunday, June 25th, when Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced the suspension of a 2016 agreement to expand the site's southern section used for egalitarian prayer. American Jewish leaders and other leaders in the diaspora who pushed for the agreement said they feel greatly betrayed by Netanyahu, according to our partner JTA. Cabinet Secretary Tzachi Braverman said Netanyahu had issued a directive that Jews from all streams be able to continue praying here as they are able to do today. According to Braverman, it is important to Prime Minister Netanyahu that every Jew is able to pray at the Western Wall.
Right. And I know, like, I was there maybe 5 years ago, and I did pray at the Western Wall, but obviously I was separated. I was in the women's section. But to me, I went and I did that, and I just thought sort of that's how it was. It never occurred to me that it shouldn't be separated?
Well, it's a special section for egalitarian prayer, so I guess you could have the men and the women for people who prefer this separation, but you also had a separate section.
I see. Okay. What else is happening?
It's a very divisive issue right now.
Right, it is. It's convoluted.
Speaking of divisive issues, then there's the return of the travel ban. The Washington Post said that the Supreme Court agreed yesterday to allow a limited version of President Trump's ban on travelers from 6 primarily Muslim countries. The Supreme Court said the ban may not be enforced against foreign nationals who have a credible claim of a bona fide relationship with a person or entity in the United States. The president called the ruling a clear victory for our national security. According to the Post, the president said last week that the ban would go into effect 72 hours after receiving an approval from the courts. The Supreme Court will decide the lawfulness of the revised travel ban in October. Meanwhile, the Jewish Resettlement Agency, HIAS, and the Anti-Defamation League criticized the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to allow parts of President Trump's travel ban to be enforced. HIAS is among the plaintiffs suing President Trump in one of the cases that the Supreme Court has agreed to take on. It called the announcement, quote, mixed news in a statement, praising it for limiting some of the executive order's reach, but criticizing the court for partially allowing the executive order to be enforced.
Oy. So I guess
Oy is right.
I guess we'll see what happens this fall, and I guess we'll find out in a day or two what's going to be enacted. I think I'm happy that I just got back from vacation. So before we move on to some lighter news, this is a reminder that you're watching Jmore's Need to Know on Facebook Live, coming to you from Meadow Mill and sponsored by University of Maryland, Baltimore. You can join us here every Tuesday at 12:30. Follow us at hashtag Jmore Need to Know and see more news at jmoreliving.com. Okay, Alan, let's go lighter. What's going on in sports and entertainment?
Well, you don't think of Jews and NASCAR too often going in the same breath, but we have a story about an Israeli NASCAR driver. Israeli race car driver Alon Day recently became the first Israeli to compete in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, which is the sport's highest level of competition. This was at the Sonoma Raceway in Southern California. Day finished 32nd among the 38 drivers after being involved in a collision, but his participation in the race was still significant, according to JTA. NASCAR has made steps toward diversity, but most of its drivers remain white and, yes, Christian.
And probably most of its viewers and fans.
Right. Day, by the way, is Jewish and has been known to sport the Israeli flag and Stars of David stickers or patches on his car and uniform.
Go Day. Yay.
And now falling under the category of our weekly obligation to mention Gal Gadot at least once.
Gotta do it. Every week.
So Gal Gadot, who many of you know is Wonder Woman, is number 1 on this week's Hollywood Reporter's top actors list. The list ranks actors based on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Google+. She has been ranked at number 4 for the previous 2 weeks. This week's list also features Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock, Jennifer Lopez, a.k.a. J-Lo, Kevin Hart, who has no a.k.a.
No a.k.a. We need to get him one.
And Mark Wahlberg, who's a.k.a. Marky Marker
you know
in another
your
lifetime.
AKAs. That's pretty impressive.
That's right.
Before we get to the J, and you know we love Gal. Before we get to the J word of the day, I want to put in a shameless plug for an exciting new video project that we've been doing. Our intern Solomon Swirling.
Yay.
Yeah, these are incredible. You have to watch them. So he's been making a video to go with each of our J words of the day.
Great.
And you can watch them at Jmore, Baltimore Jewish Living's channel on YouTube. So go do that because they're awesome. And those of you who are our regular followers know that we always do a J word of the day. What you didn't know is that this Alan Filer right here has been the one compiling them.
It's a dirty job. Someone has to do it.
So finally, here he is to present us with today's J word. What have you got?
All right. Well, today's J word is plots, which might shock you is a Yiddish word.
Because we use it. I use it daily.
Do you? Well,
Yeah, I
think everybody does,
I think
Jewish
I could
and
plots right
otherwise.
now. Yeah.
What does it mean? It means to explode or to burst, according to Leo Rostin's Joys of Yiddish. And the usage of it, here's an example. Sophie, give me more kasha varnishkas or I'll plots.
All right. So before you plots, that is it for us today. Remember,
Kasha varnishkas. You
I
don't hear
don't
that
know
too often.
I don't even know what a kasha varnishka is. No.
Okay,
Do you want to tell me?
Afterwards.
You're not going to. What about the people? Don't they need to know?
It's a secret.
Oh, man. All right. Let's not plot. That's it for us today. Remember to join us here Tuesdays at 12:30 for your Need to Know News Roundup. Additionally, you can join us on Fridays at 12:30 for your Weekend Agenda with myself and Simone Ellen. In the meantime...
Yay, Simone Ellen.
Yeah, have a great week. We'll see you soon. Don't forget to comment, like, and share, and follow us at hashtag JMoreNeedToKnow. Go to jmoreliving.com for more news updates. Thank you for being here, Alan.
Thank you.
Have a great
Thanks,
day,
Amanda.
everyone.
Have a great day.